Hey everyone, so right now I'm on the way to St. Andrews. It's actually such a beautiful day. I'm going to the beach and I brought along the Pixel 6a and Pixel 7a, so they're in this bag. And yeah, we're just going to be comparing the cameras, seeing whether the hype between the new 7a and the old 6a is worthwhile your upgrade and your money. Hey everyone, so now I'm in St. Andrews. I've got the Pixel 7a and the Pixel 6a, and we're going to be doing a full-on camera comparison with the pictures from the main sensor, the wide, as well as like the video, pretty much covering everything. So super excited, it's a nice day, and I'm going to go around and about and just snap away. One of the main hardware differences with the 7a is that Google finally upgraded the camera sensor, so now you have a 64 megapixel main sensor compared to last year's 12.2. Now there is some pixel binning going on, but overall you are getting sharper, higher resolution images, and you're also getting less shutter lag because of that Tensor G2 chip, which gives you faster processing. Since I've been down here at the waterfront, I have taken some really nice pictures, and they're very similar in terms of color science. You get a little bit of a wider frame on the wide angle as well as the front camera on the new 7a, but other than that, the colors, the detail are all very similar. Something I have noticed that is better though is the 2x digital zoom is better, because obviously you now have a higher megapixel count, so you do have better detail when zooming in. So now this is a front-facing camera test and also audio test with the Pixel 6a and the Pixel 7a. So it's pretty beautiful down here, and as you can see, not a cloud in the sky. Really unusual for Scotland. But yeah, just let me know what you think. Obviously, Pixel 7a is 4K, Pixel 6a is only 1080p, so I think it looks a lot better. Let me know down in the comment section. In terms of the video quality, I feel that the colors and the sharpness is a little bit better on the 7a, but it is a little bit more cropped in and less wide than the 6a. Now this is 4K 30 on the ultra wide camera. Both are super similar in terms of their colors. It's a little bit wider on the 7a, and I noticed there's actually a little bit more wobble when bringing the camera back up on the 7a. Right now I'm actually in Anstruther, so it's about 20 minutes away from St. Andrews, which is where I was. And this is just B-roll heaven right here. Golden hour, boats, water, beautiful old buildings. Yeah, it's a great place to come if you're like a tourist and you're coming to Scotland, then Anstruther, and also great fish and chips. But yeah, I'm really impressed with the Pixel 7a. So on my way to get the fish and chips, this is a video I took, and I can say they look very similar, almost identical. I couldn't even tell which one was which until I looked at the files. So yeah, video results are just, I would say, about the same. And while I was getting my fish and chips, I actually took a picture of the menu, so you can have a little look if you want, but the detail is a lot better on the 7a thanks to the higher megapixel count. Something I did notice is the pictures on the 7a tend to be a little bit darker, and I think that may be due to the fact that it's now f1.9 instead of f1.7, but who knows, maybe I'm just crazy. So now I've just come down to this kind of dock area. It's where all the boats are that bring in the fish for the fish and chip shop. And yeah, this is just a test of the wide angle camera. As you can see, you do get a lot more in frame with the 7a, thanks to it being a little bit wider. However, there's a lot more distortion I noticed. In terms of the white balance, I feel like the 7a is a lot more accurate. The 6a is way too cool in most of these shots. Today's video sponsor is Epidemic Sound. They are a company I truly believe in, and I've been using them for years now. They provide copyright-free music which you can use across all your social channels. So whether it be YouTube videos, or on your website, or on Instagram, they provide 40,000 songs and 90,000 sound effects which you can apply onto your content, and you won't get any copyright strikes whatsoever. They recently brought out a new feature called semantic search, and this is super handy because I used to spend hours at my desktop searching for the perfect soundtrack, but now you can just type in the video topic or idea and roughly what songs you're looking for, and it will go ahead and find suggestions based off of just past creators and what songs they've used for similar types of videos. I'm a really big fan of the smartphone application. I just really like how minimal it is. You can scrub through song tracks really easily, and it gives you great recommendations. Check out Epidemic Sound with the link down below, and you will receive a 30-day free trial, so you literally have nothing to lose. Thanks guys. I've had a really fun time today taking pictures with this guy because I love the color science of Google phones, and yeah, the pictures look great. I mean, they look great on the Pixel 6a, but they look even better on the Pixel 7a for sure. Then I made my way back to St. Andrews, and that's where I saw this motorbike right here, and I tested out the new long exposure mode, which you didn't have before on the 6a, so now you can get this kind of motion effect with the background being still. So it is now 10 p.m. and the sun is setting, so we were able to maybe get some low light shots now. And I was on my way to get some ice cream when I took a picture of this Jeep. And you can really tell the difference with the white balance and just the color science here. So the 7a is definitely way more accurate. It was not that cool as the 6a captured it. Definitely had a warm tone. Can I just say the ice cream here is just amazing. They have so many flavors to choose from. But here I was actually a little bit disappointed. So under the fluorescent lights in here, I actually found the 7a was less accurate in this shot. So it definitely does vary, and it's also a tad bit darker, which I don't like as well. So making my way back to the car, I took this picture when I unlocked my car of the headlights, and it has kind of a red tinge on the 7a, whereas I feel like it's got like a green tinge on the 6a. So that's just something I noticed. I also see the red and green tint a little bit on this shot here, so it seems to be something to do with the low light. But in terms of the exposure, it does expose longer on the 6a in order to get the same look, and it also takes longer to process than on the 7a because you now have that Tensor G2 chip. So you are getting almost instant low light shots, which is super nice to see, whereas the 6a can take its time. So that's pretty much it. I've had a super fun day. It's been kind of an adventure going around and about some local areas, which are really beautiful, honestly. So after spending the whole day comparing both the cameras, I can say the 7a is slightly better. Obviously it's pixel bitting down to 16 megapixel, but you are getting a tad bit more detail. You're getting 4K on the front camera. You also have slightly less shutter lag thanks to the fact that you have the Tensor G2 chip in the 7a. But other than that, the long exposure mode and some minor improvements in detail, I would say this is very similar to the 6a. So if you have the 6a, the only real upgrade here is 2 extra gigabytes of RAM, you got the new chip, and 90 Hertz. But the camera is just a very minor bump up. But anyway guys, thank you so much for watching and sticking around till the end. If you could subscribe, smash the bell icon, I would really appreciate that. And I will be covering a lot more on the Pixel 7a very soon, so stick around for that.